All right. Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome back to Womanology. I am here with my cousin. You all know Can. We are going to talk about her journey. So, as we know, we had her on last year, actually around this time in January. So, this is February. And she talked about her celibacy journey, what made her choose celibacy. And now we're here a year later. So, do you want to introduce yourself, cousin?
I'm cousin Candace, y'all.
Hey, cousin Skinny, you gonna have them call you cousin Candace.
I'm happy to be back tonight, just further sharing. But yes.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna get into the story, but you know we like to do an icebreaker. So I've been trying to switch it up for people because I understand everybody is not a music listener. I get it. I promise I get it. So that's why, sometimes my light be blinking a little bit. Be doing weird stuff. Anyway, so I get it, right? So instead of what are you listening to? What is, well, last week I said, what is your pet peeve with my guests? So, what are you, what's your guilty pleasure?
Mm, I have so many.
And pick one. I'm like,
Oh
crickets.
my gosh.
Crickets.
I'm gonna go with Haagen-Dazs ice cream.
Oh, what
hmm
flavor?
Just vanilla. Give me the vanilla, the one with the like the crunchies on the
Hmm.
bar.
Those are good. Okay, so
Yes.
that's your, oh, what's something that don't nobody know about you? And you very candid online, so.
I know. So it's like
So maybe, I don't know. It could be something out there that don't nobody know about you though.
it could be. But I don't got it. I don't know in this moment because I'm pretty open.
You do.
I share a lot. Yeah.
Which is good that you share because other people get to learn and know your story. And then it makes you more authentic. So others can know, like, hey, she did this, she did that, and she's, just like me.
Yeah, 100%.
So, okay, so a guilty pleasure of mine, cookies. I love cookies. Um, I'm a cookie person and we battle this all the time. So cookies and let's see, what's something that don't nobody know about me? Oh, I don't know. I probably said this on Facebook before, but when I was in post grad school, and because post grad school, and you know this, Candace, sometimes you cannot have like a full time job and work because you're in clinics all the time. So you get like other jobs. So in post grad school, I actually taught a uh little girl who only spoke um she's Asian, and I want to say it was Congolese or something like that. I'll probably correct it or put it in the chat. It's something with a C. Um some Chinese language with the C. And I want to say Chinese language because that sound, I don't know. Please forgive me if I'm getting this
Like,
all
don't cancel
incorrect.
her, y'all. Don't cancel
Please,
her.
if I'm getting this wrong, I'm sorry. I really am. But she did not speak English. Let's just say that. And I taught her English for that summer. So
Oh, I
I
didn't know that.
hmm I taught her English. I used to go to her house from Tuesdays to Thursdays from 3 to 5 and label, like I would be labeling her refrigerator with the picture and what it's called and sounding out words. And then I knew some languages in Chinese, I mean some words in Chinese so she can understand. But really I didn't know how to speak it. But yes, I did. Laos. She spoke Laos. And yeah, I
That's
did
super dope.
for a summer. And yeah, and they was like, we want you to come back. She did so well. I'm like, I can't. I have to go to work now. I
I gotta work for real, for real.
gotta work for real. I gotta work off this degree I've been
Yeah,
trying to get.
exactly.
So yeah, so that's what I did. So about your story, where do you want to begin? Because you've also been through. learning yourself. You've been preaching about celibacy, advocating for celibacy. Um, make sure that women are seeing their self-worth, make sure that they are seeing their beauty. And so where do you want to start with your story, because it's a beautiful love story?
Yeah, I want to start with so this space that I think is so common that we don't think about as women. We think like, man, I'm ready for marriage. Like, where's my
Mhm.
husband? What is happening? I've
We do.
been working on myself, like I'm ready. And truthfully, when I came to that moment, y'all, I realized I wasn't ready. I
Mhm.
realized there was like new revelation that was coming up for me about areas where I still needed work. And
Yeah.
that was almost like a, what do you mean I still need work?
So, what areas do you feel when you were asking for partnership and or companionship, I should say, and you knew you weren't ready, and God had to build you to make you into that person?
Yeah, so it was really my lens,
Okay.
like my perception about what I wanted. And, well, I'll speak as from a first person. I developed this is what it's supposed to look like type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is, if we believe that God's ways are so much higher than our ways and his thought process is so much bigger than ours, why on earth would we think he's going to show up in the way that our little mind thinks he's going to
Hmm.
show up? And
I like
so,
that you said that, and not to interrupt you, but it's almost like you have to compare it to the way that how you've accomplished other things and how you couldn't fathom to where you came from, but God had to show you, no, I got something bigger for you, because I mean you are a doctor.
yes.
I was at the I mean you was a doctor, girl.
But the thing is, his definition of bigger was not my definition of bigger. So when he was showing me bigger, I couldn't comprehend it as bigger, although that's exactly what it was.
Mm.
And it was the aha moment of, wait, God, what is this it? Am I tripping? Because you think it's supposed to be this feeling where there's fireworks and all of these other things when really I was scared. Like
Mm.
I'm like,
Why do you feel you had, or what made you feel so much fear?
I think because you wait so long and it's like it's finally here, it's happening. This person is genuine, especially when you're not used to encountering it's not that I wasn't used to encountering genuine people. I wasn't used to like finishers,
Mm,
like
got
a
you.
relationship coming to fruition, like this thing is leading to marriage. And
Yeah.
so one thing that dropped on my heart during this space was God began to minister to me that I could only see men as potential disappointments. I really
Mm.
never saw them as my husband or, my potential husband. It was always a potential disappointment.
So stop you there. So you felt, because sometimes I do this too, or I have this as well, where you start to predetermine the situation or the relationship. So when they do disappoint you, then you have a softer fall. Like you don't fall like from all the way above. You may fall from like
Yes.
midpoint and it don't hurt as bad.
It's a coping
It's a
mechanism. Like
coping
we
mechanism.
want to protect ourselves because your body remembers last time old dude hurt you and
Last
it
time old
cut
dude
deep.
hurt you, it cut too deep, couldn't get out of bed for 2 weeks, was just
Yes.
drinking water, and I don't want to go through that again.
Yes,
Hmm.
exactly. And my situation was
Excuse me.
it was a long distance thing.
Yeah.
And so one of the biggest things that was a hesitation for me is like, I don't live in your city. I really
Yes.
don't know what. I don't know what you're doing in your
I
city.
don't know what you're doing. It's not like I can pull up on you. It's not like we can just randomly go to lunch one day. It's not like we can randomly go to lunch on a Wednesday because you ain't got nothing to do when I ain't got nothing to do. Like, what you doing? Who you spending this extra time with?
Listen, and as much I'm not even that, like rah rah type of
Yeah,
girl,
you're
but
not.
the reality was this was true. I've never done long distance, and we were hundreds of miles away from each other. So there was
Mm.
a big hesitation where I'm like, I know this, I know he ain't it. Cause that's crazy. Who doing long distance?
Who doing that, friend?
Not me.
But
But
wait a
this
minute
was
though. So here's the other thing. But you were already moving to that place. You were preparing yourself to move to that place. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to let you
girl.
say that? My
No,
bad.
but this is good. You hitting on something really good.
My bad.
Because I want to highlight how intentional God was because he knew me. He
Mm.
knew I'm not the girl that's like, yeah, I'm about to move out of town to
Just
be
for
with
a
a
dude.
dude. Baby, I don't do that. I don't
Just for a dude. Nah. Mm-mm.
I don't do that. So the fact that I was already moving, I had already been like checking out areas and stuff like that. It was already concrete in my mind. And I
Mhm.
meet him while I'm checking out areas. I said, God, you funny. You
And here you
funny.
go, talking about like you didn't think it could be bigger than what he was trying to already show you. Okay, so let's double back because I'm getting excited. And I'm getting excited because y'all, I know the story. So I'm getting excited. But let's double back because you said it was certain things that God had revealed to you and yourself that you knew you need to work on before you were ready to become a wife. So change your mind about men disappointing you.
Yes.
And so two-part question. Where do you think that stem from? And then what are the other things that God had to reveal to you to become who you are, or to evolve you into who you are?
Yeah, so it really stemmed from just insecurities from like trust issues and relationships, being cheated on, being lied to, and really the culture of today's dating scene. Like I
Yeah.
knew what I was believing, but it was like, God, you see what I see. You see a
How
bunch
you
of
going how I just want to know, like, how you gonna work this out? Because you see what I see?
because
I don't
baby.
understand how you gonna make this happen.
Yes, and we're logical, so we want things to make
Yeah.
sense. We want 1 + 1 to be 2, and God, like,
Before we
nah.
move. We want it all to
Yes,
make sense before we
yes,
move. Hmm.
100%. So it was these insecurities that God began to show me about me. Like, girl, you still don't trust people.
Hmm.
Like you want somebody to lead you, but like you're scared to follow because
Hmm.
of these insecurities. And one, I don't want to do my son like that. Let's start there. And two, I
Hmm.
don't want you to do yourself like that because that could have led to more heartache because I wasn't coming into alignment with what I said I wanted.
Hmm.
Another huge thing that it really brought up for me is I've been independent because I had to be single
Yeah.
mom, baby.
That when I say that is, even though you and I are successful now and it's all a blessing, it's all a glory story. But that mindset, you have to learn how to work yourself out of that mindset. Like you said, you have to learn how to trust others now. You have to learn how to not always rely on yourself and have yourself as a backup plan because that's what you're so used to doing. So
Yes,
that's a whole different. You got to
100%.
break that. You literally have to break that.
And that really comes with surrender, which is
Tell
really
us more about
opposite.
surrender.
Girl, what was revealed to me was that I idolized the place of independence. I idolized the reality that I can do it on my own. I have my own money, all of these things. And so now in this new place where I'm not working, it's not me doing it on my own. I had to come to a place of like humility and like relearn, how to operate in this space because I couldn't bring that same mindset, like you said, unlearning that mindset. I couldn't bring that same mindset into marriage. Like that just doesn't work. We
Yes.
don't need two alphas in that space. When
You don't
truly,
need to. Yes, because who gonna be the leader? Y'all both gonna be leading and ain't no nothing gonna get done. Like
listen,
you can't,
yes,
like, no, it doesn't work like that. And I think a lot of times, just piggyback what you said, that independent mindset, it's like a survival mindset.
yes,
It's because, like we said, you a single mama, you have to realize and you have to make way to do things yourself. But that's survival. That's not how things are supposed to be. It's not supposed to be just you on your own team and
yes.
you the LeBron James of the team. Like it's not supposed to be just you. So that survival mindset, yes, you definitely have to get out of that. And then what made you relinquish control and just surrender? And that humility piece, we gonna come back to that because I like that too.
So he and I, we were just kikiing on the phone. We were in conversation, and he
Hmm.
said something to me. And I'm sure when he said it, he wasn't thinking like this is going to be this big moment for her. He didn't
Right.
think anything of it, but he called me a runaway bride, and I was like, I didn't say nothing in that moment, but I just began to like think about that, and I actually took that into prayer. I was like, God, why would that be the language that he
Yeah. Why would
chose?
he choose that language?
Yeah. What
And
did he
sorry,
see
go ahead.
in me? What
Mm-hmm.
did he see in me that was saying that? And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when I was praying that, literally God just began to start revealing me to me. And it was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, yeah, I got to deal with these insecurities. If I'm saying I want to grow in intimacy with this person, I want to spend my life with this person, like there were literally some foundational things that really had to shift in me. And honestly, it was a moment of gratefulness because it was like, God, like, I don't like what you're saying, but thank you for this aha moment because I was about to
Mm-hmm.
miss it. I was about to
Mm-hmm.
miss what you had for me because it didn't show up and look like
What
I
I
thought it
thought.
was going to look.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is we have our preferences and our list. My son
Yes.
20. So in my mind, oh,
Mm-hmm.
who I date, it's gonna be an empty nester. You ain't got no
Mm-hmm.
kids, or maybe your kids older, that sort of thing. Oh, I ain't date nobody who got a 5-year-old. So he has a
Mm-hmm.
5-year-old son. So, for me,
Yeah.
it was like, do do I wanna?
Yeah.
So it just be stuff like that. And if you think about other things that we have on our
Mm-hmm.
list, just as women, we have all types of, oh, he gotta make da da da.
He gotta
He
make this. He gotta look like this. He gotta be 6'5" and chocolate, and he gotta have muscles, and he gotta, be driving a Audi truck, and he gotta
all
do.
the
And
things.
all those are great, right? They're great, but those are all materialistic things, and it doesn't show what type of character he is. It doesn't
Yes.
show the true character of a person. And one thing that I saw on TikTok, and then actually, um, did I see it on TikTok? I saw it on TikTok, but I also saw it on Instagram. That's what I was trying to think about. You judge or you observe a partner, and I'm gonna say a partner because I understand men watch this as well. Thank you guys. I hear you all in the comments. So I'm gonna say partner, that you have to look at their fruit and what they're able to bear. And him and how he's been able to, bear his fruit and nourish it. And then you have your own. You have to look at the fruit and the character of the person rather than he gotta be 6'5", girl. He gotta be this, he gotta be that. He gotta be ready to pick up and travel whenever I'm ready to go. Like, because honestly, I'm not saying that's not possible, but does that show the character of your partner? And again, I'm saying partner because I shout out to the dudes who watching.
Yes, and I also want to add, you had mentioned the height thing, and so
Mhm.
um God began to reveal to me just the insecurity that developed in me in my early 20s. Basically, I got super cute. I put on heels. I was taking my boyfriend out for his birthday when I was in
Mhm.
college. Baby, I showed up to that man's house
Mm,
and he was looking at me real confused, and really he was looking at me confused because I had on heels, I was taller than him.
mhm.
And so me, not, I'm a tall girl. Like, who
It's not like it
cares?
doesn't matter. I'm so used to being tall.
Yeah, yes. But his response really instilled an insecurity in me. Essentially, we were already out and about. We stopped. He had me stop at a store or a mall or something to buy some flats because he did not want me taller than
And
him.
this is a loser. So let's ladies, this is a loser. Loser. Two thumbs down. I want to say some other words, but my cousin Candace on here, and so I try to keep my words not those words, but I want to say a word with a B, a word with an A, and a word but I'm not gonna do that because I love my cousin. But y'all know, if it was somebody else, I would have said
But
that.
being 20 or 21, just very impressionable. And like, I'm like, it's his day. But what really happened, his insecurity then became my insecurity. And
Mhm,
so it was always like, yeah, like 6'2" and above. So actually my husband, like, we're the same height. And
mhm.
so God began to show me that preference was birthed out of the insecurity, and that was something he had to deal with in my heart. So I just began to wonder, like, God, I wonder how many of us women who are waiting to be married have these lists, have all of these preferences, and they're connected to some underlying
Insecurity.
insecurity. So I
Mhm.
just encourage men or women, pray about that, because I'm telling you, when God showed me that, it shifted my lens completely.
You
Completely.
want to know something? And I'm happy that he revealed that to you because you did say before you even knew that man who's a loser. Um, that man who's a loser. Before you even knew him, that you was fine being tall. You was fine with your heels. You because I mean we're tall girls, so I'm gonna have on heels and I'm gonna
Because, baby,
you
I'm going to
gonna
eat. Hmm.
I'm just it's just gonna happen, right? Like that's just what it is. But you were fine with that until he had a problem with it.
Yes.
And certain things can influence you to where you're thinking, girl, I'm fine, I'm cute, or this is okay with me, I don't have no problem. Then somebody else say something about it that you care about, that you love, that you value their opinion. Because
Yes.
honestly, if you didn't value his opinion or his perception of you, you really wouldn't have cared
Hmm.
about the heel thing, right? But because
Yeah.
at that time you value his opinion, it was out of love, you care for him, so of course his opinion matters. And that was just, again, that was his insecurity that he was projecting onto you.
Yes, and it sometimes those things are so subtle in the moment. I didn't recognize it as like, oh, this is projection. No, I literally took that and that became my insecurity for a decade plus later. So it's like it was a mind blowing, like, wow. I'm glad I was sensitive enough to actually recognize it, and then allow God to actually deal with my heart concerning that matter. Because truthfully, I've met a lot of great guys who were shorter than me, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
how many times you would have just been like, no, I'm good, love, for
Yeah,
that
but then you
one
got to think
specific
about
thing.
it. You're right for that particular thing. But then I think about things like this, right? If it was supposed to be, then something would have shifted for it to happen. So, yes, you've met great guys that weren't your height requirements. And that doesn't mean they weren't bad guys. They just weren't the ones for you.
Yeah, but some of us, kind of get stuck there.
Do
So we
say
have
that.
to make sure our lens and our perspective is where it needs to be so we don't miss. Right, because every opportunity is not your opportunity, but you don't want to miss what you're supposed to have because you're so laser focused on it looking this one way or coming this one way when that ain't how it be working. That ain't just not
That's
how
not how it's
God moves.
supposed to happen. Right. That's not how he moves. So you mentioned about women and their lists. Now, what are some crazy things you heard about on lists? Because I got a few. Girl, I got a few of these lists that I done heard. I'm like, girl, I don't know. You might want to drink some water and, and rewrite this. Get you a little cup of water.
I kiki with the girls. I've heard some crazy things. I've heard things like, oh, one of his teeth were crooked. When really, I mean, that's
Racist.
an easy thing. It's like
You
they
think
be
he
things. Or I didn't like his smile. Or oh, I hated the way he laughed. Or oh, his voice is too high.
racist?
It just be I'm, little stuff like that. Now, I understand like well, you can have a preference. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you are able to do that. But just like these little nitpicky things, some
Mhm.
of that stuff be like, all right now. Or his feet too little, or her feet too big. You know, like what?
Not his teeth too little, because I haven't
Girl.
heard that one, but I love that one because his teeth too little. I
Girl.
love that his teeth too little. So, okay, so what have I heard? I heard that he smacks when he eats. I heard that he doesn't drink enough water. I have, girl. I heard that he drives slow.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, what? And so she was like, because when I'm with my man, we supposed to be in the SRT room. And I'm like, first of all, you guys are not in the SRT. You are in
Listen.
A Honda
Listen.
Pilot. He has a regular Honda Pilot. I don't even think it was a Pilot. What's another Honda G?
Accord.
Anyway, something.
Oh,
He had
gee.
it's a Honda, so you are not gonna be driving fast.
Right.
And he's just cautious. He's just cautious. Like these things are totally irrelevant, going back to the character of the person and then how you all can add to each other's lives. Him driving fast and him smacking. Okay, so here's the other thing though. I don't know. Cause that smacking may get
Maybe nobody told him, like, hey,
that's what I
you
was
know.
thinking too. Nobody told him. So that's again, if you're not informed, how you're
Mhm.
supposed to know. But I was just joking about that smacking thing. But yeah, the driving a car, oh, fitness. I've heard that he doesn't work out enough. But I'm like, when you knew that already. Like you don't go to the gym either.
Oh my God. Nah.
But both of y'all are at home watching television. So
So they are one and the same.
you're one
Okay.
in the
Okay.
same.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. But yes, that list be crazy.
Yeah.
That list is
Mhm.
so crazy. Okay, so let me get away from that list. The idea that you have in your mind by the ideal person is not necessarily all the time your person. It's not who you thought you would probably end up with. So the baby, and I'm gonna say baby because to me a 5-year-old is a baby. Cause they still got bedtimes.
Yes. Yes.
You still gotta feed them.
And it wasn't so much the baby per se, but just the dynamic of having to deal with just the co-parenting thing
Okay.
and not wanting anything messy, those things. Because I'm pretty mild mannered, but like
Mhm.
everybody isn't like that, and you don't always know what you're getting. So
Mhm.
that was more so why I was like, young kids, I ain't doing that. So
Oh, so in a way, so you won't have to worry about the co-parent.
hmm
I can
yeah.
understand that. So like were you afraid of like introducing yourself or were you afraid of the dynamic between the co-parent and your husband on how, because sometimes that can get a little weird. And not saying your
Yeah.
situation's like that because I
Mhm.
know it's not, but other situations can get a little weird. So was it
Yeah.
that part as well? And then also uh your son getting along with the young child, the baby.
Oh, girls, my son 20 in a different state, so I wasn't concerned about that. And I
Okay,
think
that's
he was just happy that I was happy. So I
okay.
knew my son was going to be good, but because I really never had a good experience in co-parenting
Mm-hmm.
anyway, um and it wouldn't, and I was just trying to be the nicest person I could possibly be and still
Very
didn't have a good
agreeable.
experience. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I don't even want to deal with that, so it was really my own little trauma, you
I'm
know.
telling you, them trauma based lists or trauma led list or whatever. Girl, them lists will have you, like you said,
Yes.
stuck in your own way and dare I say it, single, because
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to get out of that mindset
Yes.
of, well, since this happened and it's always going to happen.
Yes.
And I need to be prepared for this to happen again because it
Mm-hmm.
happened to me, prior. But that's self
Yes.
sabotaging. You self excuse me, you sabotaging your blessing, self sabotaging your relationship with that person. But you know what though? I just thought about this. You can be self sabotaging your relationship with God because He's trying to bring you something. He's trying to give you what you want, right? Because He really do. He want to give us what we want, honestly. And you you got this list about because He don't drink water at 8 p.m. or something. I don't know nobody like that, y'all. It just sounded funny. But I'm just saying, you got these outlandish lists, like, girl, bring it back.
Yeah, and truthfully, once I had the revelation, um, I began to see that this person was exactly what I needed. Like
Mhm.
I mean, there was absolutely attraction, all of that was
Yeah.
there, but still just those places of
You say nothing
hesitance
about.
because of, these little things that weren't really like deal breakers.
Mhm.
We make stuff a big deal in our mind when it's really like, girl, what was I thinking? Like, what? That was silly.
Right. Like, what? Okay,
So,
so what do you think, or what are some mindsets you had to change? I know you kind of touched on it before, but what are some other mindsets you had to change? And then what are some things that you see in him that you know that you needed for your own self?
oh, girl, let me start with the second question first.
Go
So, when
ahead.
you talk about being this independent person and where it stemmed from, people disappointing me, so I don't even ask people to do stuff. I show up for myself. And this person shows up as security. They show up as support. They show up like leading with valuing you. Like, and the crazy thing about it, his nature is just, how can I support you? And it's
Mhm.
not even, I'm gonna ask you, I'm just gonna show up as support. And
I
it
love
is
that.
such a beautiful thing that's
Mhm.
also overwhelming because my initial response was like, wait, is this real?
Remember, you said you were fearful.
Yes. Yes.
So okay,
Because people have lied before. People have
yeah,
been presented themselves one way and wasn't
ended
that.
up being somebody else.
Yes. But
Mhm.
he is genuinely the things that I need. And I am genuinely the things that he needs. So it's not extra effort. He's just showing up as himself.
It's
That's what I'm
whole stuff.
saying. Yeah, that's why you have to include God because God knows what you need and vice versa. Cause
You
my
yeah.
mind, baby, I don't know where I would be right if I made a decision. It would have been out of
Mhm.
the wrong lens, and I know I wouldn't have had what I needed because some of these things I didn't know that I needed to feel secure. I didn't
Mhm.
know that.
So you want to know something? That's interesting that you brought that up because us being independent. Well, I'm independent now, but us. Oh my goodness, but us being independent, one thing that I would want is the security of it. of a partner, and not because, not saying like he won't leave me. I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about that. I'm just saying like the steadiness and
Yes.
the predictability. That's what I mean. Um so I remember that's like kind of like what God is revealing to me on what I need, and it's based off of the trauma that we've experienced just growing up and
Yeah.
just being parents early.
100%. And we say, man, I can't wait to take the back seat so my husband can lead and do all this because I'm sick of making decisions. I'm sick of doing all
Mhm.
these things. But being in that position, it's like I have to force myself to sit down. Like I know this is what I always wanted, but again, that habit, that pattern that has been built for 20 plus years, it takes time to undo and unwind. And I had shared with
Yes.
him, if you notice, I'm leading with that mindset.
Yeah.
Please bring it to my attention so I can shift. Because when you've always done something a certain way, sometimes you don't even realize like this is how I'm operating, this is how I'm
Mhm.
showing up. And you
Mhm.
have to, not get offended and be open to receive feedback, if you're showing up that way.
Mhm.
And so that's where the humility comes in as well, because I'm learning how to become one with this person when
Mhm.
I've always been the one, the two,
That's
and
what,
the three.
right. You've been the whole team. You've been the whole team. So I understand it. Okay, so I just came up with this question. So you told us he brings security. That's really what he brings that you didn't know that you required. What other things that he brings that adds to your life that you didn't know that you required until you saw it and you was like, oh, this feels nice, but scary, but
Yes.
nice.
Yes, I feel very seen. And I mean
Mhm.
like seen into my soul. Like it's a deep level of being seen. I do a lot of public things,
Yep.
public platforms. So yeah, I'm seen, but like in this way, it's a way where somebody is seeing all of you. They're seeing all of your vulnerabilities. They're seeing
Yes.
all of your
Hmm.
securities. And sometimes you could be insecure about something, and a person would be like,
Hmm.
no,
Yeah.
but they're accepted, they're received, they're loved, they're
Yeah.
nurtured. So it's almost like pieces of me are healing
Uh-huh.
as we become one. Yeah, it's very, and I believe that that lends to like intimacy that I've always
Mhm.
desired, and
Yeah.
I didn't know how to get to that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pieces of me, those broken pieces of me are healing as
Mm.
we just walk this journey together.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you another question because you brought up a good point. Him seeing you, how has that impacted your ego? Because we independent, and I'm gonna be honest, we independent. So sometimes you do be like, you so used to winning by yourself that you just like, I do it myself, and then that ego starts to grow, and it grows, and it get bigger,
Yeah.
because you're so used to winning by yourself.
Mhm.
So how is that impacting your ego? As a whole.
Yeah. And really, I would say that is all about mindset. I
Okay.
made up my mind that I'm going to be open. I made up my mind that I'm going to let him lead. I made up my mind that every decision that I make, everything that I do, I'm going to look at it from the lens of how does this impact my partner,
Hmm.
and vice versa, you know. Yeah, because I'm saying I want to take the back seat, but now I have to practice actually taking the back seat.
Being
So
in
it
the back
takes,
seat.
yeah, it takes intentionality to do that. So just kind of being including him more into those things,
Yeah.
because it's a us now. It's not me.
How to.
It's not him. It's an us. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, again, just being intentional and practicing the in that space.
Okay, so we learned about changing the mindset. We learned about praying, and then what you think you may want is not what you want. It's not what you need. Girl, get rid of that list. Girl, get rid of that list, child. Well, I don't want to say get rid of it, but you
Was
know,
submitted. Yes, submitted
yeah,
to God, and you know, be reevaluate those things that you had on your list that you felt like were concrete. Like,
yeah,
why this thing? Where did that stem from? Um, because it might be a backstory, it might be a back insecurity that you didn't realize was there. Not saying everything on your list is, linked to an insecurity, but you want to check that.
yeah. You definitely do. You want to look at his fruits or her fruit. I'm sorry. You want to look at their fruit. What they that's their character, because you don't want to be like ending up. I don't know. Sometimes you do kind of want to cry in a Bentley and not a Toyota, but never mind.
Listen,
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But you want to look at that character of the person, because this is the person who's going to be with you throughout the tough times and the hard times in their life and in your life. So you
yeah,
need to be picking a person, or you all pick each other, that's gonna like handle this situation to where you're able to lean on them. So we talked about that. What else do you want to lead the girlies?
I just want to leave you all with the reality that I know what it looked like outside. I know what it looked like outside, but I'm telling
Oh, I
you,
have a question that I wanted to go ahead, but I just thought about this question.
gotcha. This person came out the
Suddenly,
blue. When I tell you
suddenly.
zero prospects came out of the blue and led with intentionality. So there are men who will do that,
Mm,
right? And just because they didn't do it with Susie, that don't mean the same thing is gonna happen with you. Like, your story is your story. Just don't give up hope.
mm-hmm.
Just really is what I want to leave you with. Do not give up hope.
Don't give up
Because
hope.
yeah, I met him July. You talking about a
Yes.
6-month process
Oh, I
from
know. We had
meeting
went swimming, and you had told me, and I was like, okay, that sounds fun. And then you
meeting
started
to
even
married.
thinking about
Yeah.
him. I remember that. He's like, I ain't thinking about
Girl, because
him.
these men were, and from my perception, because of
Right.
the history of disappointment, men were playing games. I'm like, I ain't thinking about
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, be
Right.
very, yeah, be clear. It wasn't because he wasn't a good person. It was because of the past things that had happened.
Yes,
Oh, the
yes.
things that I remember and I wanted to ask you, and we had this conversation before. You said you feel that God hid you until your person was revealed. Well, yeah, revealed to because you prayed on it. So you feel like he had you hidden those years because you took your vow of celibacy. So in a way that is true, because you know your prospects go down.
Baby,
go you gonna go down like she's a cool
yeah. I
girl.
mean, hitting to the point where, like, I know I'm beautiful.
Right.
There was a period of no asking for your number, no, like, oh, you beautiful. You know how men just kind of randomly give you compliment. I
Mhm.
mean, none of that. It was like, I know I ain't ugly, but oh my gosh, the drought is droughting. And then this particular day,
Yeah.
on one particular day, two different guys asked me for my number the same day. And that was just like, wait, what's happening? Because that wasn't my norm. And I just took that as God saying, daughter, I see you, daughter, I haven't forgotten about you. I just took it as that sort of confirmation for me, um, type of thing. But yeah, it's just a interesting dynamic. But I'm grateful that God doubled back, and really opened my eyes to what was in front of me so I didn't blow it off, So, yeah.
Oh, okay, we recording. All right. Hey y'all, hey. So that was my cousin. She was giving you all some tips and some advice and affirmations to stay encouraged, because sometimes it does get difficult for those who are marriage minded and wanting to get married and wanting to have a spouse, and you're not sure which way to go and you're trying to be led by God. So she just gave you all some encouraging words. And like she said, celibacy works because it worked for her. But again, when I state the celibacy works, she also mentioned that the reason why she went through that path, because she had some unhealed trauma that she had to deal with before she was able to be good for the partner that she has now. And they're a beautiful couple. I love her and everything. I'm sorry we got disconnected, you guys. You know, sometimes the internet is a little weird and things like that. So I apologize for that. But stay encouraged. That's what she wanted to tell you guys. And then celibacy not only does it work, but we got celebrities that are trying to do celibacy. Excuse me, I can't talk. I know that already. We got celebrities that are dipping into celibacy. I believe Cash Doll said she's going to try it. I believe Young Miami said she's going to try it. Or maybe I'm making it up about Young Miami, but I know Cash Doll did. Well, she made a status about it, so I'm guessing. And a few other ladies said they wanted to try it. And then Lenny Kravitz has been celibate for a little while. I think like 7 years or whatever. My producer just said, Daryl, he just said, I roll on Young Miami. Not your eye roll on Young Miami. Everybody need love. Just try it out. Everybody need love. So, yes. So that was my cousin. You know, y'all know I love her. This episode is gonna come out soon. She is going to do her own show. She is going to do her own book on how the waiting and how it has paid off and how she was obedient to what God had showed her, what God had told her. And she felt like she couldn't get to that next path until she did this. So think about it like this. Whatever you need to do to heal within yourself, heal that within yourself, because you can't be one with a partner if you're not whole your whole self. If you're not trying to be you and be the best you for somebody else. And I'm not trying to say come all the way healed, come all the way packaged, because that's impossible for anybody. But make sure you're working on yourself before you try to do that with somebody else, because then you get into toxic relationships, and that's a whole nother podcast. But I am Rhea. This is Womanology. That was my cousin. It has been 3 months since her wedding, and they are still in marital bliss. And I'm gonna get a speech therapist one day. I'm probably not. Y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Yeah. So thank you for listening, Womenology listeners. Thank you for those who are subscribing. Continue to subscribe. Again, this is SOLC Network Womenology Podcast. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.